me. Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Hands in the soap, how the faucet's running and I keep looking at you. Stuck on your phone or you're stuck in your zone. And you don't have a clue, but I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to get up. Lately I've been a little fed up. Wish you would just focus on me. Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Lazy and broke, know we get this money, so I guess I can't complain. But I feel alone even when we're alone, and that don't cost a thing, but I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to get up. Lately I've been a little fed up, yeah. I wish you would just focus on me. Can you focus on me? Oh, yeah. Baby, can you focus on me? Can you focus on me? Yeah. Baby, can you focus on me? Baby, focus. Can't you see? I just wanna love you, baby. Look me in my eyes. Ooh.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all know who this is. Michael T. Johnson II here with Faithful and Fresh. Exclusive shout out to you, the faithful few. Y'all know who y'all are. What's happening with y'all lately? What's popping? If you on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, any of that, make sure that you make yourself seen. Drop something in the comment, hand wave, what's happening. I'm gonna get in, get out before I'm gonna get in and get out before Monday Night Football. I don't want to try to compete with big dogs. So let me do this real quick. Let me get these lights together. Man, how y'all living, man? How y'all living? How y'all living? What's happening? Let me see real quick. Let me change these lights. All right, I guess I'll just sing a song. I'm doing, hold on. All right, let's see. So we kind of looking cool. I like this kind of vibey. Okay. Had Focus by Her on. I don't know if that got me canceled or not. Could have played White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Just like the ones I used to know. There it is. There you go. I don't know the rest of the words, so you got to get with me. But I got the I got the best butts on the internet. You know, I always talk boom, boom, boom. But all right, so today, if you have not read the captions, or maybe you have, we are talking about focused on the wrong ... Can you guess what I'm about to say? What are we talking about? We focused on. What are we talking about? We're focused on the wrong what? Focused on the wrong what? All right. What are we? We're focused on the wrong what? And as I have the smartest viewership out here, you got it right. Oh, turn the music off in my background. Dude, why is it still playing? So y'all didn't get to hear my solo? My White Christmas? Just like the ones I used to know. All right, there it is. Lily, good looking for real. Wow. I'm telling you, it's something about these lives where it's just everything you got to do perfect. My mic is up. Y'all can hear me. Sound effects was good. Bluetooth was going crazy. Let me actually put this on sleep. I put on airplane mode. All right. But what we're talking about today is focused on the wrong noun. Noun. You're focused on the wrong noun. And that's why I played Focus by her, because I thought it was fitting to make sure that I had put a song about focus in on there, and that's what I got. So, focus on noun, focus on the wrong noun is saying this. Is it possible that you're focused on the wrong person, place, or thing? All right. So, yes, sir, Jacob. I am back. It's been way too long. All right, but it is the 1st of December in 2025. It is chilly enough in the Midwest. Wherever you at, I hope that you are staying warm. But knowing we're grateful. Oh my God. But are you focused on the wrong noun? All right, the wrong noun. All right, and I actually have I got multiple sections. I'm gonna do this. And when I was writing and I was putting everything together, I said, you know what? This might have to be 3 parts because I didn't want to be long. And the reason why I wanted to, because I think I'm going to just split it up to people, place, or thing. All right, when we talk about focus, so I think I'm gonna just do 3 parts. I'm gonna do Monday, I'm gonna do Wednesday, and I'm gonna do Friday, and we'll go from there. Stub, what's happening? All right, so if I was to ask you this question, what would you say? What would your answer be? Please don't just say it. Don't just think it. Type it. Think with your fingers. That's what I want you to do. All right. The question is this. What noun has your focus now? What noun has your focus now? Now, hold on. Right before y'all start saying what y'all gonna say, right? Don't type what you think sounds good. All right. I am here to be a resource and a help for you. So before you get to talking about Jesus is the only person I'm focused on, just be honest. Ain't nobody in here gonna clown you. I want you to just be honest with me. That's the best way that you're gonna be able to get help. To just say, hey, shout out to you, God, brother. That's a great question. This is what I'm focused in on. I know it might not be the most perfect thing. I know it ain't the most Christian thing. I know it ain't the most abundant mindset, but this is the thing that I'm focused on. All right? What has your focus now? What noun has your focus? All right, and this is important is because hey, we're going into season where we're giving gifts. We just came out of a season where we've been giving thanks, and at this point, there are times in this season where people have a difficult time being able to not focus on negative things, or I don't want to say negative things, but maybe a negative event. Maybe they lost somebody. Maybe somebody, got divorced around this time. Maybe somebody is going through, used to having their kids in the house, and they're no longer inside the house with their kids or their spouse or with whatever the thing might be. All right. Maybe at this point you done picked up some weight during Thanksgiving like I did, and maybe that has your focus. Maybe the gym has your focus. Maybe the bar has your focus. Maybe the casino has your focus. But whatever the thing is that truly has your focus, maybe it's money. What is the noun that now has your focus? All right, that is where we're starting this off at. Now, as we're doing this, and you're identifying the thing that has your focus, I want you to think about this, because what I do know is this, is that if you look at the statistics, most people are not making the money that they want to make, at least what they'll say that they want to make, right? They're not having the relationships. They don't have the friendships that they want. And if we were to just put a title or word or something like on that, let's just say this, people are losing. All right, most people are losing. They're not living the lifestyle that they want. I teach at high school. In high school, I talk to a lot of students that say that they want to make $100,000. They want to be millionaires. They want to be this and that. But yet and still, they're not able. I'm not saying they're not able. They're not experiencing this world. They're not experiencing that life, if you will. All right. And at this point, because they're not experiencing this lifestyle, maybe the person that they want, maybe the closet or the car that they want, the job or they're thinking that they lack something. All right. They think that they're lacking something. And throughout this, when I'm talking about focus, what I want to steer your mind into is this, I guess, ideal that maybe it isn't that you're missing anything. Maybe it's not that you lack anything. Maybe you got all the opportunities. Maybe you got all of the people. Maybe you got all the intelligence. Maybe you got all the potential. But the only thing that you truly are not tapped into is your focus. Maybe that you have all the right ingredients, but you lack focus. And because you lack focus, you don't have any direction, and you're starting day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out. You're drifting. All right. I've been there, and we're going to get into this. And the first thing that we're going to do is target the wrong people, wrong person. All right. Maybe it's that you are focusing, you're just focusing on the wrong thing. And so now we're going to talk about wrong people. All right. Now I wrote in my notes, as you can see, my handy dandy notebook that my daughter bought. What you will identify, or what I have wrote and what you can identify along with me is this. Is that I put this, many people are stuck because their focus, their focus is wrapped around people who cannot grow them. All right. Many people are stuck because their focus is wrapped around people who cannot grow them. I don't know what camera I'm on this one. I've been in that place, and let me give you some transparency so that maybe you're not ready to be vulnerable yet. Maybe you're not vulnerable. Do you know that I've spent time throughout my life trying to hold on and drag people to a place that I believed that I was going up, wherever, however high that was, is whatever. But I found myself at points in my life where I have tried to carry along people, or let me say, I don't want to say carry, drag. I've been in a place in my life before in seasons past where I've tried to drag people. One reason is because I was afraid to do it alone. The other part of it is because I wanted these people to experience what I knew that I was going to walk into. There's nothing wrong with them. It's nothing wrong for them for somebody else. But for where it was that I was going, I was focused on the wrong noun. And because of that, because of me focusing on people that didn't want to go to the same place that I was going to, I allowed that to create an emotional response. All right. Then from that emotional response, you got terrible, for me, let me say it like this. I had terrible coping skills that leads to anger that resides and permeates, and then it ends up turning into bitterness. A very corrosive. Kedrick, what's happening, man? It happens to be a very corrosive thing. Have you ever, it's like when you're mad or bitter or resentful, it's like you wanting somebody to drink poison, but it's you that die. It's like you want other people to drink the poison so that they die, but it's actually killing you. That's what resentment and bitterness does. It's they're drinking all of the things that hurt them, but it kills you. And this is what happens, that we hold on to anger, resentment, so forth and so on. And then because they didn't see the dream. You know how many guys that I know that have been with the woman, they share their dream and the woman doesn't get it. And then at this point, they're like, you don't get me. You don't understand. Man, hey, shout out to you, Scroggins. And what ends up happening is that this man gets bitter, or maybe he gives up on his dream because somebody doesn't believe in him. Hey, this person wants to go ahead and do this. They don't have any support, so then they quit. And then because they quit, they end up having this bitterness. And then what happens is that hurt person goes to hurting other people. And what ends up happening is that somebody now is trying to grow in, and they say to them, hey, young man, hey, young lady, I've been in that place before. I tried to start a business myself, and I started doing it. I got to research, and then I found out that there ain't no opportunities for a minority male in this city. Oh, nobody can make it out of this state. Oh, you over there listening to this person, you reading that book, and you think that you just about to manifest, or they say whatever they say because they gave up on theirs. And ultimately what that is a bitterness. I'll digress because I want to talk about how I did it. What happened is that not only did my progress slow down, it ended up deteriorating a person that I was. It wasn't by force. I chose that. All right. But it all happens because I'm focused on people that actually are not tied to my future. All right. And all of us have this. All of us have done this where we all know that cousin, that brother, that sister, that mom, that dad, that uncle, that auntie, that grandpa, grandma, godfather, god brother, godmother, god sister, that we're trying to get them to see the light. You've been talking to them about credit. They don't want to listen. You've been talking to them about this and that. They don't want to listen. And guess what? You almost was about to allow them to hurt you, and you not go ahead and still learn it. You to still not do the business, for you to still not go to college, for you not to still go to the military. You chose to, because you ended up sharing what was placed inside of you with somebody else. And because they don't have the response or the reaction that you want, you go ahead and say, you know what, I'll just kill it. And this happens from being focused on the wrong noun. So the question that I got for you is this. Are your results surprisingly different than your family or your friends? Y'all might have not understood what I said when I said that, but are your results surprisingly different than the people in your family or your friend group? Now, you might have initially wanted to say yes. And then I started saying, what result, what outcome do you have that's surprisingly different than your entire families? Now, you look at your fitness life, is it surprisingly different than your families? Your fitness, your finances, your faith, your career, your marriage or your relationships, your friendships, are they drastically or surprisingly different than the rest of your families? And guess what? Guess why this usually happens? Is because you're too focused on listening to the opinions of people that are in your family. I'm sorry. They're in your family. And you're too worried about carrying out mom's advice. And truth be told, you really don't want your mom's lifestyle. Maybe you're too focused on dad's always been telling me this and I got to do it. But you and me both know that you don't want what your dad had or what he has. So where do we get to in a place where we start to find out, you know what? My outcomes, my results of my life is very similar to people in my family. Well, guess what? It's probably because you're focused in on the opinions of people that are not worthy of impressing and not worth their advice is not worth anything. Now, I hate to say that, but that's just true. But if your results are not surprisingly different, then what that means is that you're probably going to be just like them. All right. If your lifestyle is not drastically different than those that are in your friend group or in your family, then what that means is that the things that your family have and the things that your friends have is going to be what you have for the rest of your life. And the worst thing about that is this, is that if you do not work on your dream, you're going to work on somebody else's. If you don't want to work on your dream, there is a whole bunch of businesses that can't wait for you to say you gave up on your dream. And they're going to say, hey, come on. We got a job for you. You say, hey, just get on that assembly line. Oh, how much do I get paid? We're going to give you $23 an hour. Oh, okay. Will I make $100,000 at $23 an hour? Will I make $100,000 a year getting paid $23 an hour? And they're going to say, no. And you're going to say, well, I really want to make $100,000. Oh, okay. Well, you ain't going to make it here. Oh, okay. $23 an hour? I guess I ain't got nothing else to do. And then you go work your job. You don't work your dream. And guess what? You're working somebody else's. It happens all the time, sadly. Why? Because people usually don't focus in on their dream until they're disgusted by the nightmare that they live. As you can tell, I didn't have that wrote in my notes. Most people will not work on their dream until they realize how disgusting the nightmare is that they have been living. Now, you might be watching this thinking, hey, well, this could be a little bit more entertaining, or this could be this. Let me tell you something. Look at your bank account once you get off this stream. Look at your friend group. Do you got the best friends, or is it just your best friend? If people looked at your friends and seen the way that you have it, would people actually look at your group and say, yo, you actually do got solid people in your life? If I walked around with you every single day and I was able to hear the conversations that you have with your friends, your family, is it conversation that keeps you stagnant? Or is it conversation that pushes you to succeed? Now, this right here is what I would like to. People are scared to say this word, and I'm not. But this might be a cancer called comfort. And I wrote this question: are you being held back because you hold on to people that only know and speak to your history and not your destiny? Is it possible that you're stuck in life because you would rather hold on to people that only know and speak to your history, but they never speak, or they don't act like they know anything about your future? I remember watching, there's a series that I used to like watching called The Sopranos, and I referenced this like maybe a week or two ago, and I remember that Tony Soprano said something of this sort, and it was a powerful line. And it was a guy that he ended up meeting, and they were just kind of going down memory lane. And he kept saying, remember when? Remember when? Remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? Remember, oh, man, remember this person? Remember that job? And Tony Soprano said this, and I thought it was so good. He said, remember whens are the lowest forms of conversation. And when he said that, it hit me because I thought, like, naturally, I'm like, yo, I have some remember when conversations where I might see somebody out from my past or maybe from high school or maybe from a job I worked in. And he was like, man, remember such and such. But actually, he was right. That is the lowest form of conversation. And the reason why is because it only speaks to history. It only speaks to your history. And now in this place in my life, I hope in this place in your life, that you're having conversations that are central and centered to your destiny, not your history. All right. Some people, as I wrote this down, some people or some relationships are assignments. And then some relationships are distractions. Some relationships are assignments, and some of them are distractions. Now, it hurts to shift the proximity. I'm not going to lie to you. There's proximity shifting that needs to take place. There are people in our lives that we've played sports with, that we did dirt with, that we went to parties with and danced with, or wore the same outfits, or whatever the thing might be. And you're going to identify that they just don't fit right now. And it calls for you to change your proximity. Not because they're a bad person, but just because your values, your goals, they just don't match. They're not aligned. All right. And let me give you a biblical reference. And this is in 1 Samuel in chapter 16. And inside of this, what's happening is that Saul is no longer the king, is no longer anointed to be the king. God has rejected him. And meanwhile, while he has done this, God talks to Samuel and pretty much says to him, why are you mourning about Saul? I've already rejected him. Pretty much, why are you crying about him? Why are you crying about this old dude that I've rejected? All right, and the whole thing of this is that here it was that Saul was an assignment, and now he's a distraction. Saul at one point was worth paying attention to. And now God says, okay, that's no longer the case. I've rejected him. Why are you paying attention to people that I've rejected for your life? Hey, I don't think that you need to be going there anymore. Why are you still going there? Why are you still spending time at this place when I told you not to go there anymore? And you crying, God, I really want to go to the casino. God, I really love the bar. I really like playing the game with these people. I really like hanging with this person. God saying, why are you crying, expecting me to heal you when you like going to a place, or you like going to a person that continues to cut you open? You think I'm going to just sit? No, I'm going to just wait till you listen to me. And then I'll fix you up one time, and that one time should be good enough. So who have you been giving energy to that no longer matches your future? Merriweather, what's happening, baby? Hey, I need your number too. Hey, shoot me a message, bro, in my what's the name? That was kind of janky saying that during the live, but Damaris, hit me up. I need to get your number, bro. I thought about you. All right. But who is it that you're giving energy to that no longer matches your future? Do you know that it's okay to outgrow people? And do you know that it's okay that people have outgrown you? Hey, you're listening to me, but that don't mean that you're always the best in your circle. Don't you know that there are some people that have pivoted off of me? They focused on me, and they shouldn't have been. And what I'm here to say to you is this. is that the time that you think you have to waste, you don't have it. You don't have time to focus on the wrong noun. You don't have time to focus on the wrong person or people. Man, I talk to my students all the time. And when I talk to my students, I always talk about how I'll share this with you guys. I'll share exactly what I talked to Josiah, and I talked to my class today, and I'll share exactly what this is. What I did was I had, man, where my money at? I had some cash. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get out the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get up close and personal. What's up? All right. Now, if I showed you this, if I showed you this, $5, and I showed you this, are they the same? You're going to say, yes, they are the same. I know they are the same. That's 5 ones, and this is $5. Now, inside of this situation, what's going to end up happening is you're going to realize that this should be the same value as this, which is 5 ones. But if I told you that they weren't valued the same based on most people that have been programmed to be losers, to be broke, and that love to spend their focus and their energy on the wrong things, you might be like, how? Well, do you know what most people would pick if it was between these two? Most people are going to pick, they're going to pick this. You know why? The same value as this. But the reason why people are going to pick this is because it's 5 actual pieces of paper. See, you can't money sleeve with this. You can't money sleeve with this. You can money sleeve, a little bit. You got like a short sleeve. You can have a short sleeve, $5 short sleeve with this. And why am I saying this? It's because this is the wrong focus. You're focused on trying to look rich. You're focused on people that think that when you have 100 ones instead of a $100 bill, you're focused on trying to look cool to them. You're trying to impress people that like you to be like this. Your focus is on the wrong person. Bro, let me tell you something. It don't make no difference if it's 5 ones or this. I don't care if I had quarters. I don't care if I had dimes or pennies. $5 is $5. But the issue is that most people spend their time, their life, their focus, their attention, their energy, all of that, trying to focus in on people that ain't stunting you. As time progresses, you're going to find out that there's people that want to do social media. And the reason why they don't do social media, the reason why they won't get on Twitch and stream a video game or won't do what Kai Cenat is doing, the reason why people won't start that business is because they're too busy focusing in on people that are not focused on them. That was a bar. You wasted so much of your life worrying about the opinions of people that are not validated in no other industry or arena. The people that you're afraid to hear the opinions of, well, are they judges on some type of show that might get you $1 million, or are they a judge to access for you for hundreds of thousands of dollars? No. Are they the ruler of your happiness? No. So, but if we ask you and say, why is it that you care that much about what people have to say that don't have any success to give you or no place of failure to give you? All because it's just this. It's your focus. I'll leave with this saying this, man, because I believe that this is a powerful, a powerful mindset. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. Disregard it. You can go back to living the way that you want, thinking the way that you want. But I'll say this. There is no such thing. I want y'all to, let me get close. There is no such thing as a problem outside of you. There is no such thing as an external problem. Now, you might not like that. You can turn me off. Let the other people enjoy me. There is no such thing as a external problem. Now, you might be thinking in your life, well, you mean to tell me that my mom ain't at fault? My dad ain't at fault? The Democrats, the Republicans, my city government, my city officials, the cops. There is no real problem outside of you. If I gave you that $5, those 5 ones, you might say, it's just $5. Somebody else might say, dude, for real? You giving me $5? One person created a problem. Another person just was grateful. Your perspective is going to drive a certain type of thought pattern, which is going to drive some type of reality. Now, that doesn't mean that your reality is real in real life. It just means that it's real to you. Now, why am I saying this? Is because anything that you're focused on, anything that you lend a eye or ear to, is going to be something where your energy flows to. Whatever grabs your attention, your energy will flow right behind it. All right. Your energy will flow behind where your attention goes. And why am I saying this is because there are so many people that choose to focus on the things that magnify, or let me say this, or that amplify lack. I don't got this. I don't got a background like he got. I don't got this. I wish I had this or that. Let me make sure my screen. And you're amplifying lack. And because you're amplifying lack, you can't be grateful. You can't be grateful because at this point, what's happening is you're thinking that because the problem is outside of you, that means that the solution has to be outside of you too. But guess what? The person that's grateful for the $5 versus the person that isn't, all it is a mindset. That's it. That's it. That's totally it. And so I'm sharing this with you guys to help you to understand this, that whatever it is that you go through in your life, and you might say, man, you know what? My body ain't what I want it to be. My finances ain't what I want it to be. My relationships, my family, my mindset, the things I want to do, I haven't been doing. But guess what? There's only one problem. It's you. And that's not to shame you, to guilt trip you or anything. It's to let you know that you are the solution as well. You are the solution as well. So make sure that you're focusing in on the person that matters. This might be the part where people jump off. This might be the part where they shut me down. But it's vital to make sure that you're focused in on God. It's vital, it's essential to make sure that you're focusing on God. There's times in my life where I focused in on gambling. A parlay over here, football game there, basketball game here. Been times when I've been focused on people. There's been times where I focused only on my emotional state. There's been times where I focused on my physical. There's been times where I've been focused on my relationships. But let me tell you, the only thing that I can truly identify and share with you that is the most profitable thing that I can say is for you to focus on a noun, on the noun, which is God. If you focus on him as a person, at this point, you can stop being a victim. You walk into you being a victor. And you can stop blaming all of these things around you. Because God did not purpose you to walk through this life blaming. All right. So at this point, I want you to pivot away from focusing on the wrong, at this point, when we talk about nouns, the wrong person. All right. The wrong people. There's nothing wrong with staying around people that water the best parts of you. Because with a lack of focus or with a misguided focus, you will continue to stay around people that water the worst parts of you. I've been there where you got an attitude or you real slick with your mouth, and then they're just like, you always cussing people out. No, somebody need to be telling you, you need to change the way that you talk. You walk into a room and you quiet, and then somebody's just like, we hold on, let me blurt this out real quick. You walk into a room and you being antisocial, you talking about, I don't people. Well, you need to. You need to. But you've only got comfortable being the type of person that you are because people have been watering the worst parts of you. All right? And so at this point, what I want you guys to do is be able to be aware, to be conscious of the focus that is needed to be successful. I hope that you found something profitable in this. I hope that you have learned from it at the very least. Man, I didn't wear my watch today, man. I feel naked. What I hope is that in your development, in your improvement, in your evolution, that you identify that there is profit to having your focus aligned the right way. There is profit to being able to have your focus placed in the right place. The quicker that you learn it, the quicker that you can enjoy the beautiful life, the faithful and fresh life. If y'all need any help with anything other than what I've talked about, Wednesday, I'm going to do another live, and it will be on place. All right. So we did people or person today. Next, we'll do place. And then lastly, we'll do the thing. All right. So that's all I got for right now. I love y'all. If there's anything that y'all need that I can provide as a resource, let me know. Catch you next time. But until then, you got it. Stay faithful, my friends. Peace.